I'm Jude Barber of Collective Architecture, and I've been convener of the judging panel for the Saltire Society's Housing Design Awards for 4 years. These awards celebrate the very best in the built environment here in Scotland. From alterations and extensions to existing buildings, through to new build social housing schemes, these awards demonstrate the magic of making places for people and transforming homes. Enjoy this year's shortlist.
Okay then, well I'm John Fennick and I live at Teagnacói, which is in Gorston, Garve, and we've been living in this, our new passive house now for 3 years, myself and Jeanette, my wife, and we've thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it so far and envisage that we're going to enjoy the next however long it is really. Well, the magical thing about a passive house is that it kind of looks after itself as far as keeping you warm is concerned. You don't have to, you just let the thing run itself. The sun heats the house up during the day, and if you need a little bit of extra warmth in the winter, you've got the beauty of the little log burn stove, which we have in the living room. I think we went down the passive house route because out of necessity more than anything else, because I didn't want a big oil tank in my garden feeding a central heating system. Oil was terribly expensive at the time, and there's just something about oil which I've never liked. We're off the grid, so we couldn't have gas, so it seemed to me I was either going to have to be hewing wood continuously to heat the house, or just let the heat of the sun and the air warm the house up, and it seems to be working so far.
My name's Ruth Milligan. I'm the house manager here at Ronald McDonald House in Glasgow, and I run the house. So I manage the building, look after the families, liaise with the hospital, manage the staff and volunteers. I think what's special about the house is that we're helping parents at a really stressful time in their life, when they're in a strange city, their child's critically ill, they don't know where they're going to be, where they're going to lay their head, how they're going to manage for the next few weeks, and I think we step in at that point to give them free accommodation. We're trying to give that impression of a home away from home, give that experience to families, and I suppose what makes the building special is that I think when parents come in, they appreciate that it's really well looked after, that we've tried our best to meet their needs, and that while they're here, we're looking after them, giving them as much support as we can. The layout of the outside, I think what's special about that is, one, the thing that's most important to parents is that it's near the hospital. That's crucial for them. So location is a big thing. And then I think once they're inside the building, they have space, they have their own space, they have space where they can meet other parents, they have outside space so that they can get a bit of air or just time away from being indoors. I love working here. I think just the feeling that every day you're doing something that makes somebody's life better, really. Yeah.
My name's Josephine Byrne. I'm a housing officer for Glasgow Housing Association. I cover the Saltire area. Everyone who lives within the Saltire area and was allocated a new build came from the multi-storey flats that we had at Pinkston Drive, and a lot of people had been there they were built in 1967, and I think you feel the real sense of community since they've moved over from the multi-storeys to the new build. A lot more people have got to know the people in the area. They're carrying out things like litter picks, they're organising things for the elderly. And while they were in the multi-stories, you maybe didn't have that sense because you didn't always know your neighbours. You maybe just saw a person in the lift. It has changed. As a housing officer, it's probably one of the nicest things you can do for somebody is give them a new built house and you move them from something that's going to be demolished into something brand new that no one's stayed in. I've always kind of been in Saltire as a housing officer. I've covered in a couple of different areas, but certainly I think what's kind of unique about the build here is that although everything's quite close together, everyone has their own space. It's quite nicely designed that it's not far to walk for the next house. It's you can go and visit your neighbours and you've not got a big walk, so it's nice and compact but still enough space for people. There's a lot of tenants who wish they'd moved to a house like this years ago with a garden, or some of our tenants who were in the multi-stories, it maybe wasn't suitable for them with their mobility, and now they've got a ground floor, they've got adaptations done, so they've got a new lease of life as such. The design that we've got and the finish on them is to a really high standard. We had a steering group of maybe about 10 to 12 tenants who also had an input, who we took on visits to CCG's off-site manufacturing factory, so they've had an input all along the way. And for me as a housing officer, that's been interesting as well, because it's not very often you get to go into a house and you get to choose what your tenants are going to have. So yeah, I think it's been a unique build and a unique experience for me.